And hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb and Friends here on Amazon Live. I'm Cyrus Webb, joined by my co-host today, Tanya White and Stacey Thomas. Have a very special guest coming up for you guys today on the Amazon side. If you guys are new to us on Amazon, make sure you guys do hit that follow button. We have programming here on Amazon 6 days a week, and as you guys know, we're counting down to Prime. I'm going to be with you guys all day for both days of Prime. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. You'll see the follow button either here in this corner or down below. You also will see some of the projects by our next guest. I'm excited to welcome Michael DeVorzon to our broadcast today. I've had a chance to interview Michael on Conversations Live, the radio show that you guys can also find here on Amazon Music. He's an actor, he's a writer, and executive producer. And he's getting ready for his new project called Her Fatal Fling, coming up on October the 10th on Lifetime. We're going to talk to Michael about his journey, what it's been like for him to do what he loves, and of course, remind you how you can stay connected with him. Michael, hello to you, and welcome to Cyrus Webb and Friends.
Thanks, Cyrus. Good to see you again, and I appreciate you having me on.
It's our pleasure, and glad to have Stacey and as well as Tanya on with us as well. Tanya, I'm going to kick it over to you, and we'll continue our conversation with Michael, okay?
All right. Thank you so much, Michael, for doing this and being on the show. Michael, you are a face of Lifetime, and you play a good crazy.
All right.
But as we talked about offline briefly, you are actor, writer, producer, and I know you love them all, correct? But if you had to choose, which one do you like the most?
Well, that's an easy choice for me now, currently at this stage in my career, writing. I love the writing process. I love watching the scenes and the writing come to life through the actors. I love being on set, watching the scenes unfold, and being able to have a voice, during filming. So yeah, acting I've been doing the longest, but I am coming to find that I really, really love the writing process, and they kind of go hand in hand, the writing and producing. Yes. It kind of becomes your baby, the film. Yeah. So I've been there through every step of the making of the movie and beyond.
Yes. So, and you can use your imagination, as we see in this upcoming movie. Y'all going to have to watch it October 10th, Her Fatal Fling. Now, in this movie, we loved Her Deadly Groom. And I'm waiting for a part 2 with that. Michael, is there a part 2?
There should have been a part 2.
I know. Y'all left us hanging like it's going to be a part 2. But Her Fatal Fling, you team up again with the great Eric Roberts, right? Both of you are the men that we love to hate, right? So what can we expect different in Her Fatal Fling? Now, I've seen it, but don't give us too much, but what can viewers expect different in this one with you and Eric than we saw in Her Deadly Groom?
Well, as far as I go, I make a cameo appearance in Her Fatal Fling, and the character is just a regular guy who's dating the female lead. So the character was nothing like her Deadly Groom. For me, it was just popping in and doing the scene and getting back behind the camera. As far as Eric, I thought he really came alive in this role. He plays the therapist, and I thought the words just rolled off of his tongue really nicely, and it was very believable.
Yes.
And I remember watching it going, he's latching onto this dialogue. I think it's working for him.
Absolutely.
So, Eric can do all kinds of different things. So in this one, he's the caring therapist to the troubled young girl.
Yes. She's very troubled.
Yes.
Y'all better get ready. So again, look forward to that. Y'all going to watch it on Lifetime. Thank you so much, Michael. And I'm going to kick it off to Stacey.
All right. Thanks, Tanya.
Hi, Michael.
Hey, Stacey.
How are you?
Good. Thanks. How about you?
I'm good. Hey, you're just an awesome actor. a very awesome actor. I love Charmed. I grew up on Charmed. So
Okay.
you, as an actor, you've played a vampire, you've done some romantic scenes, action hero, and you were a psychotic killer in one show, right?
In Her Deadly Groom.
Right. So I want to know, out of all of those, have you ever found that you found something new about yourself when you became those characters?
I don't think that I can recall that I found something new about myself, but those roles, they were like the Her Deadly Groom and then the action movie. The roles were very different, and I just tried to connect to the character, and I just tried to find that, whether it was that dark part in myself for Her Deadly Groom, or in the action movie where I kind of had to be the action hero, just tapping into different parts of myself, and I had to get emotional in the action movie, and it was really high pressured situation as far as the shooting was going. And it worked out, like I remember that was a great feeling, because I felt like just everything in my life that had transpired leading up to that moment all came to the forefront in that moment. And I just thought, it was worth it. Like all the struggle, all the victories, the everything, and it just seemed like it channeled into that moment. So that was moving as an actor for that to happen. But yeah, I mean, at this stage, I just try to bring myself to the work, and I try to bring the authentic part of the character.
Wow. Interesting. You're good at that. You're good at that. So, looking up some things just to try to figure out what is it that's different that I haven't seen from him. I saw an interview on YouTube, and you said that you had a love for comedy. In what ways has comedy played a role in your career, or maybe in your personal life?
I'm a big fan of comedy. I mean, comedy is what made me want to be an actor. Comedy is very difficult. So I haven't had the opportunity to do that many comedies. I've done a couple of them, and I thought it went well. The response was good, but comedy is a special kind of talent. But yeah, I grew up watching the Pink Panther movies and the Smokey and the Bandit, and it was comedic actors that made me want to be an actor, and still to this day, I love to laugh. Laughter is so healing, and I just, yeah, definitely bucket list would be to do comedies. Like that would be amazing. Like that would be an experience I think I would definitely love to have.
Wow. I'll be looking out for it. And I'm wishing you the best with your upcoming film. And thank you for the interview. I'm going to pass it over to Cyrus Webb, okay?
Thanks, Stacey.
Thank you, Stacey. Great. And also thanks to you as well, Tanya. I want to reset real quick, Michael, for those joining us on Amazon. See you guys coming in, and welcome. You all are watching Cyrus Webb and Friends here on Amazon Live. I'm Cyrus Webb. You just heard there from Stacey Thomas. Before that, we had Tanya White. We're joined today by Michael DeVorzon. He's talked with us not only about his career, but also about the new film that's coming to Lifetime. That's going to be on October the 10th, Her Fatal Fling. I also want to give a quick shout out to you guys over on Instagram. Hello to you, Shonda Corelli. Good to be able to see you. Two Feathers. Hello. That Poet Chick. Hello, Naomi. Hello to you as well. If you guys have any questions or comments for Michael, make sure you guys put those in the chat. That we do have the chat open now. Michael, you and I last talked with your project, Her Deadly Groom. I'm going to highlight it for our audience on the Amazon side, and I love the fact that, as I was saying to you before we went live here, you're one of those people who definitely has been able to use your creativity. What was it like for you, especially with this newest movie, with Her Fatal Fling, to be able to show what you could do as a writer and executive producer?
Yeah, I mean, it was a dream come true for sure. I mean, I started. I mean, I've been acting the longest time as far as the entertainment business goes, but I started writing some years ago, and I did another thriller. And when I wrapped the thriller as an actor, I thought, you know what? I want to write a version of this story where the female is the villain. And that was where the idea began. And then, you know, I sat down to write the script, and I really love writing. I think it's definitely something, a gift that I embrace. And so writing the screenplay was an incredible experience, and a real joy, and also, you know, a lot of work and constant rewriting and rewriting again and rewriting again. But to have a finished script that I was proud of was the first step. And then I got my friend Jared Cohen, the director, on board. He wanted to make the movie. And I told him I wanted to produce alongside him and another producer, and off we went. And once we decided to make the movie, we had a shooting date, you know, within a month. And then, you know, showing up to shoot on the first day when it's your script and you're one of the producers, you know, like, I was very excited to see the writing come to life. And spending so much time in front of the camera, it was just a great experience to be behind the camera, to be watching the scenes unfold day by day and seeing them come to life, and being able to work with the director. And he was very generous and allowed me to have a voice on set while we were filming. And when we got to the last shot of the movie, I was like, I can't believe it, but I think we're going to do it. Like, it was like all the anticipation and like, is this going to happen? Are we going to be okay? Are we going to, and like, we got to the last shot and they called wrap, and I was like, oh my God, we did it. Like, it was a great feeling.
Yeah. You mentioned Jared Cohen, and it's funny. I had said to Michael as we were putting this conversation together here for Amazon, when he told me about the new film and he told me about Jared, I thought it was so funny, Michael. And you probably didn't know this at the time, but 2016 was my first time covering events in Los Angeles, and Jared was one of my first interviews I did for Wishing for a Dream that year. So he and I have stayed connected over the years with different projects he's done. You know, and so it's been amazing watching his career, and also, of course, thinking about your own journey. I bring that up for this reason, though, Michael. You've been able to surround yourself with people that are equally as passionate about the craft. Is that one of the things that kind of keeps you inspired, that you have people around you that still get excited about what they do, either in front of the camera or behind the camera?
I can't say that I'm consciously aware of that, and maybe at this stage of my career, I'm not. You know, I go the direction that the river flows, and so the river has always flowed in the direction of Jared. We've always had a great working relationship, great chemistry, if you would call it. Like, we work well together. There's no ego. And ever since we made Her Deadly Groom together, I mean, this is I believe our 7th movie that we've made together.
Wow.
And so that's the main thing is being able to work with a director that you get along with, that you guys are a good creative team. And like I've told him like recently, I'm like, like we're a great creative team, but you're also my friend, like, so this is a win-win. Like it's ideal.
Yeah.
So we just made another movie, and we're editing that. So that's going to be number 2. And then I have the script number 3 in the works. So we're gonna keep this going. But yeah, Her Fatal Fling was our first as far as co-producing.
Love that. Love that. And again, our audience will be able to see it on October the 10th. We're going to remind you guys of the details here that are just a bit. That brings us to the last thing I want to talk to you about, Michael. I'm so glad we get a chance to spend time, catching up, but also, of course, to have you on our program here on Amazon. You're one of those people who, and I think this is becoming even more so since Her Deadly Groom, which I'm going to highlight again on the Amazon side, and that is social media is becoming such a big driver, right, as to how we find out about these projects, how we're able to share with them, individuals, about projects like this, like what we're doing here, not only on Amazon, but also on social. What has that been like for you to see in your career, the evolution and the role that social media plays in your industry?
Well, I think there's no denying it. I mean, social media is a big part of life, and it's a big part of being able to promote yourself as an artist. And I think it's a great tool. I think we can reach more people today than we ever can in the history of the world.
Right.
So I think it's a great tool. I haven't been as active on social media as I have been in the past. I've been a little more selective when I post, but I think it's a great tool. And if you're still holding out, I think you're going to have to surrender, because this is not going anywhere.
Yes.
Social media is here to stay. And but yeah, I'm right now going to be putting out the trailer and movie poster and different stuff, which is great to be able to do that.
Yeah. Love that. Love that. So again, our audience can get ready. It's coming on Thursday, October the 10th. That is, of course, Her Fatal Fling, of course, on Lifetime. That's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time as well. So make sure you guys do make plans to be able to watch and also live tweet as well. If you're like me and love to live tweet for these broadcasts, it's always exciting. Michael, I'm so glad again you had a chance to be with us. Let our viewers know, how can they stay connected with you?
I'm on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and my handle is Michael DVZ. Michael DVZ. So I'm there. I'd love to connect with you guys. And, thanks.
So make sure you guys are, and we will make sure that we are tagging Michael as well there on Instagram. Stacey, Tanya, thank you so much for being a part of this episode of Cyrus Webb and Friends. Glad to be able to have you back on with us. Michael, definitely looking forward to our next conversation together, man.
Thanks.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you so much.
Take care now.
All right, you as well. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb and Friends. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
All right. Cyrus.